Makeup, I need something in my eyes here. That was something that I always wanted to do, but I never really went all the way because of the circumstances that I grew up with. So I ended up going to business school. My first unpaid photography job was for Vogue Italy that I did with my best friend. I did a photo shoot for them, and we were trying so hard. But then at one point, we're just like, you know what, let's just have fun and take pictures. And it was 3 of my very good friends in the desert. Like, it was blowing and it was raining, and then we took like 20 pictures and we came back home. I submitted and they approved. Wow. So that was my first one.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I was, oh my God, it was crazy. My first paid job was a campaign for Forever 21. When I first got my manager back in LA. Yeah, I was trying to, build my portfolio, doing tests, and Forever 21 reached out to my manager like, hey, I've heard about this guy and we would like to use him. And the first day of the job, I was driving through the parking lot. I was like, I cannot believe this is my first paid job. Like,
surreal.
Surreal, yeah. I wouldn't like to call that a competition actually, but there are a lot of people. I believe there's space for everybody to, be a photographer or anything you want. The thing is that most people give up so easily because it's hard, and they just don't keep on going on what they should be doing.
Sure.
So
that makes sense.
Yeah. I think it's all about what you see and what you want to share with, out there. Because I remember my friend gave me a camera back in 2007, I guess. And I went on my first international trip from Brazil to Argentina. And I went to this tango competition. And I was like taking snaps, moving the table around, walking. And then my friend was like, you should, share this with this company so they might want to use it. And I was like, no, it's just for me. And my friend got the camera and shared with the people, and it was just literally a automatic camera, Sony something. And they asked me to use the pictures. And within the years, of course, lenses, equipment is a big part of it, but I know it might sound a little too much, but it comes from the heart and what you want to share. It was very tough, actually. I'm not gonna lie. I remember seeing so many fights and guns and things that a kid should not experience. But if you ask me if I would change anything from my past, I wouldn't change anything, because that gave me the strength and the power to be who I am today and to fight for what I want to create for myself. From violence to negative people to teachers telling me that I would not, go to college, or from a cop that stopped me on the way to my English class telling me that I should not waste my time doing that. And like as a kid, for you to overcome growing up people telling you that you were not going to be capable of doing such things, it was a little, overwhelming actually, but it also gave me power. I went to business school. I asked my teacher, my last year of high school, like, how can I make money? And she was like, if you go to business school, you're gonna get a job right away. You're gonna be able to pay your college and, save some money. And that's what I did. No.
Stay out.
Yeah. My mom has a place there, but she no longer lives there anymore. She rents it out.
Very good.
My sister just got out a few years ago, actually. She had a baby, and my brother lives on the kind of like border-ish side. I think about it every day. It's something that sometimes I don't believe that it's happening to me. And I'm so thankful to have the people that I do have around me now to, support me and let me be me, because I never knew that I would be getting paid to, walk around with a camera and doing what I always wanted to do. Like I saw that as a possibility, but it looked so far away from, everything. And now I do, and I am thankful every day. Every time I go to bed, every time I wake up. And I had a friend, the writer and director of the show that I worked on. He told me every day when you wake up, you do something great. And every time, like, you wake up, you open your eyes, and you ask yourself, like, what can I do great today so I can be thankful at night when I go to bed? And yeah. Taylor and Nicole and Gus, they have a kid. They are part of my family in the U.S. I don't have a family here, that I don't have a mom, a dad, a sister, or brother, and the universe gave me those people, and they treat me so well. And Taylor was the one that, opened the doors to me and believed in me when pretty much, a few people that I was working with back in the days didn't really, believed in me. And he was the one that told me to, go do it. And it's working. And Nicole is literally my best friend, and she's my sister, best, everything that, it's a gift from the skies. They also became my very good friends, insanely. Like, we spent so much time together again. It's been 2 years working on this beautiful thing. And even when we rap, we travel together. We do everything. We hang out. If I'm having, a weird day, I'm like, hey, Luke, Kelsey, what's up? Can we talk for a little bit? And it's part of my extended family too, just like Taylor and Nicole and Gus. That was from my mom 5 years ago when my last day in Brazil, we're in the cab going to the airport. The car stops there, and she didn't leave the car to go with me, inside the airport to wait. And she looked at me in the eyes, hold my hands, and she's like, go find your dream. And she cried, and I cried, and I hugged her, and I leave the car and I watch, as she goes, she looks back, and I'll never forget that moment. And every time something, when I first moved here, I went through a few things in life, and sometimes you have to go through those things to, make it worth it, because sometimes if it comes too easy for you, you don't appreciate it. And I know that even though I was not, living what I'm living now, I knew it was gonna come to this somehow. And I remembered it every time now. Like, does this situation makes me make my dream happen? Does this make me happy? Am I finding my dream through what I'm living in life right now? You know what I mean? And I'm so thankful that now I got to a point that if I'm not happy at a place or a job or a situation, I can just walk away. And it's because of that. I always think about it. very fine that you said 30 years, because I plan on winning an Oscar in 30 years. It's a long way. I know there's a path. I'm very happy now doing what I do, set photography, but I want to jump to being a director of photography in the future. But it's all a learning process. I have to learn everything that happens on set, and I'm patient, and it takes time. The Utah Film Studios is, it's a place of creation. It's a place of family. That's why we spend most of our times here, and the whole team is so nice and open and caring. It's just everybody here is just part of the Yellowstone family, because you guys spend maybe even more time than we do here. So we're all one big family.